Hi, my name is Herb Blomquist, and I get to be the Executive Director of Shamineau Ministries. Here at Camp Shamineau, we've taken the last year to really evaluate who we are and what it is that we do. Are we still on track with our mission statement? And I'm so pleased to be able to say that we concluded that we are. In the last 10 years, we've doubled in size. In the 10 years before that, we doubled in size. And we believe that in the next 10 years, we will double in size again. That's a tremendous opportunity, but what it means is that by 2031, we will need to be able to serve 1,000 summer campers a week. That's an amazing challenge, but we think we know how we're going to do it. Right now in our summer program, we do all the different ages at the same time. We just do them in different parts of camp so they can have their own counselors, their own activities, their own chapels. We're going to continue that, but we're taking each of those hubs and we are spreading them out so that they have room to grow and yet they still feel like a small camp. In this brochure, you'll be able to see the different hubs and how we're going to do that. For starters, the current area, the part that everyone thinks of as camp, is going to be our Voyager age campers. The words that we use to describe them are community and action. We won't need to do a lot of housing change there, but we will be building a lot of spontaneous gathering areas. That's an age that loves being together and loves doing things. And we're going to take those and enhance that area for that. In another area of camp, we'll be creating a special hub for those littlest campers, our tenderfooters. It'll be called the Oaks, and we already have the first building almost completed there. It's a building that has 4 different cabins under one roof, but they each have their own separate entrance. In fact, each cabin will have its own bathroom and shower and a kitchenette to make it more amiable for those littlest campers in the middle of the night. As soon as that's done, we'll be creating another cabin similar to it, but it will have 8 cabins under one roof. That'll give us a total of 12 cabins there, which will give us plenty of room for expansion. All of the amenities around that area will be geared to those little first and second graders, including a splash pad, and it's very near the deer pen. Horses will be coming to them, and there'll be another multi-purpose building for them that'll be both for rainy day activities and evening chapels. The words for that group of campers are stay and play. They come to camp, and that is their home right there. The next hub of camp will be for those 3rd through 6th graders and is called the Valley. The words to describe that age camper is explore and adventure. In fact, all of their housing will need to fit along with that adventure motif that they have. It's a valley that we'll be building this camp around, and on the top of each side of the valley, we want to build tree houses for their cabins. The valley area will be filled with all sorts of adventure activities for those kids to participate in. Perhaps even a small recreational lake right there for them to use. All of these new camper hubs will begin to open up some current housing for staff. Right now, our summer staff are tucked into all sorts of corners, and as we expand and gain some housing back, we'll be able to put them into real summer housing. Finally, the central hub of camp will be right in this area here. We'll be moving the center of camp, where the dining hall is now, up towards this area. And attached to the gym is going to be a new welcome center and office, so that as people drive into camp, they'll realize this is exactly where they need to stop and where they can check in. From the office will be a breezeway that'll be an entrance of sort for kids once they've parked in the parking lot to come under the breezeway that has program offices on the 2nd floor right into this ball field area. In fact, this entire area will become a huge activity corridor with all sorts of new activities for kids to be involved in. And then finally, the new building up here will be a dining hall. It'll be a dining hall that'll serve almost twice the number that we can now in our current dining hall. Now, the exciting thing about both of these buildings is that we get 2 for 1. When we build a new office welcome center, we'll be able to take the current office and remodel that into a much better health center. When we build a new dining hall here, we can take the current dining hall and remodel that into another retreat center that'll provide housing for that age, but also a unique setting for retreat groups throughout the rest of the year. This is an exciting project. This is a 10-year project. Our number one priority will be the Welcome Center. We need to get that done first, and that's going to be about $1.5 million. We have seen God provide in the past, and we're convinced that He will again. Some of you have already joined in on that project, and it would be our dream to be able to start that in the spring of 2022. Following that, our second priority will be the new dining hall. That's an even bigger project. That'll be $3.5 million. But remember, for both of those buildings, we gain a building that can be remodeled for another use. There's lots of different ways you can be involved. The first is to please pray for us. We know that nothing of significance happens here at Camp Shamineau without first being bathed in prayer. We have prayer warriors that pray for this place every single day, and we would love for you to be part of that. If you'd like to get regular updates and things to pray for, you can go to the website and sign up for that. A second way to be involved is to come and help. If you've got a particular skill, whether it's plumbing or electrical or roofing or just deep cleaning, give us a call. We would love to get you here to be able to help us do those sorts of things so that other groups can concentrate on the construction of some fancy buildings. Finally, you can be involved financially. Every gift matters. Camp Shamineau has never been a place that has received million-dollar gifts. It's been the gifts of hundreds and thousands of normal givers who are giving as much as they're able. If you have the ability to give more and would like to do it in the gift of stock or a gift in kind, simply call the office and let them know what it is that you would like to do, and we'll get you connected with the right people. The camper housing part of all of this, we are going to do our best to finance out of the operating budget. Camper housing is the least expensive thing that we can be doing here, so we are going to do our best to be really good stewards and cover that cost with the operating budget. Now, obviously, all these hubs center around summer camp use because that's probably the most visible thing that we do. But of course, every single one of those new facilities will be available year-round. We'll use them at all of our programmed events, at all of our family camps, and of course, guest groups that come in. It'll allow us to have more guest groups here at the same time, and yet they'll each have their own specific place to be. This is some exciting expansion. We are thrilled at where it is that God is leading us, and it will be so fun to watch how many more kids and guests get to hear the gospel, the saving news of Jesus Christ, because we simply had more space for them.